Persian cavalry thundered behind me as I sprinted toward my only refuge. They would never dare follow me into that cursed place. The petrified forest loomed ahead, shrouded in eternal fog and darkness. I had defeated their commander in honorable single combat yesterday, yet honor meant nothing to them when their leader fell. For 3 days, they pursued me relentlessly through these mountains. Now the shadowy woodland rose before me like death itself. The Persian riders halted at the tree line abruptly. Their voices carried through the mist as they argued loudly. Ancient tales kept them from entering this forbidden territory. Legend claimed that anyone venturing inside never returned alive. Some emerged transformed into lifeless stone statues instead. I chose uncertain doom over guaranteed execution by Persian blades. Stepping into the thicket, I felt the world transform. Cold air enveloped me, while sunlight vanished completely overhead. Hours passed as I navigated between twisted, grasping branches. Stone figures appeared more frequently along my path now. Their frozen expressions revealed absolute terror in final moments. These were actual people, not carved sculptures at all. A woman's voice began singing somewhere ahead of me. The melody was simultaneously enchanting and deeply unsettling to hear. I emerged into an open space where the song grew louder. She sat upon a moss-covered boulder, eyes tightly shut. "Stay back, warrior of Greece," she commanded without looking. "Join my statue collection if you approach me closer." I froze instantly, recognizing her true nature immediately now. A Gorgon from ancient mythology stood before me here. The cursed being called Medusa in old legends whispered. "The Persians chase me. I seek only temporary shelter," I explained. My gaze remained fixed firmly on the ground below. "I intend no harm or trouble for you." Her laughter sounded like shattering crystal in the darkness. "Trouble belongs to you now, dear Alexios," she replied. Hearing my own name shocked me more than anything. "How could you possibly know who I am?" I asked. "Destiny's scent reveals much about my domain's visitors," she answered. "You slew General Darius on Anatolia's plains recently. Now his soldiers demand vengeance for their fallen commander." I risked glancing at her torso, avoiding her face. Serpents writhed independently upon her head, watching me constantly. Each snake observed from its own unique angle carefully. "You must know I had no other choice," I said. "That battle required either his death or mine." "Choices always exist, Alexios," she countered while rising gracefully. "Right now you face a particularly important decision ahead." She continued explaining my limited options with fluid movements. Leave the forest and face waiting Persian executioners outside, or attempt killing me for glory and become stone. The serpents hissed in unison, mocking my predicament entirely. "What third option exists?" I asked, sensing hidden alternatives. Smart soldiers always seek additional paths to explore carefully. "Stay with me forever. I'll protect you from enemies," she offered. The absurdity made me laugh despite the serious situation. "Remain here eternally with you?" I questioned incredulously aloud. Why would I accept such a fate willingly? She opened her eyes but kept them averted downward. They glowed an impossible shade of luminous green. "Because loneliness has tormented me for 3 centuries, Alexios. Only statues have kept me company in this forest. The gods cursed me to petrify anyone meeting my gaze. But deals were never forbidden by divine decree." Genuine sorrow filled her voice, surprising me completely then. "What sort of deal?" I asked cautiously now. "Accept staying willingly. I'll grant immunity to my curse. You could look directly at me without petrification. I'd finally have someone capable of actual conversation." This had to be an elaborate trap somehow. Yet something in her tone suggested authentic sincerity here. Why choose me specifically? I sat down carefully, maintaining distance. Others must have passed through here before now. "Many came seeking glory or imagined treasures I guard," she said. "You're the first entering solely for survival purposes." No intention to harm me exists within you. She sat down, hands folded almost shyly in her lap. My real name is Meta, not Medusa at all. Fear gave me that terrible name instead originally. Before this curse, I served Athena as priestess. What caused your transformation? I asked with genuine curiosity. Poseidon violated me inside Athena's sacred temple violently, she explained. Athena punished me instead of him with this form. Divine justice at its finest, truly. Centuries of bitterness dripped from every word spoken. I understood the gods' cruelty and arbitrary punishments well. The Persians will eventually leave, I reasoned practically aloud. They cannot wait here indefinitely for me. 3 days from now, they'll leave temporarily, she agreed. But they'll return with trackers and 100 men. I've witnessed your fighting skills through prophetic visions. You're formidable, but cannot defeat 100 alone. She was absolutely right. I recognized this truth immediately. Trapped between impossible choices, I face certain death either way. If I stay, what prevents you petrifying me later? I asked. The serpents moved restlessly as she smiled with sadness. Only my word guarantees your safety here, nothing more. Consider this. What benefit comes from petrifying my companion? I deliberated throughout the entire night while she waited. Dawn's first light filtered through the perpetual mist overhead. Persian horns sounded distantly, announcing reinforcements had arrived as predicted. I accept your offer, I finally declared firmly. I accept this deal completely, I said more clearly. Her entire body visibly relaxed with obvious relief then. Are you absolutely certain about this decision? She asked. Once completed, no reversal becomes possible ever again. I'm certain, I confirmed without hesitation now. Companionable imprisonment beats dying alone on Persian swords. She approached me slowly with her eyes still closed. Taking my hands, I felt ancient energy flowing between us. The serpents touched me gently, leaving glowing marks temporarily. Each mark faded quickly after appearing on my skin. Open your eyes, I commanded when the ritual concluded. Are you completely sure? She asked nervously then. Open your eyes, Meta. I insisted gently now. She obeyed slowly, and 3 centuries of isolation ended. Someone finally saw her complete face without turning to stone. She possessed supernatural beauty, features seemingly sculpted by gods themselves. It actually worked, she whispered as tears flowed freely. The magic really worked this time successfully. The Persians entered the forest at that exact moment. 50 armed warriors advanced through the trees toward us. Meta looked at me and smiled with confidence now. Watch what protection I can offer you now, she said. She turned toward the invaders and opened her eyes fully. The first soldier became stone instantly upon meeting her gaze. Then the second, third, and fourth followed rapidly afterward. Within minutes, 50 Persian warriors became permanent forest decorations. 3 weeks have passed since I accepted Meta's offer. My life has transformed in completely unexpected ways since. During daylight hours, Meta teaches me forest secrets carefully. She shows me magical plants growing here abundantly now. She shares the tragic story behind each petrified statue. At night, we discuss philosophy, warfare, love, and loss. Do you regret your choice? She asked me yesterday. We watched stars through the single canopy opening overhead. I expected regret, but none came, I admitted honestly. This prison offers more freedom than my previous life. It's not imprisonment if you can leave freely, she said. Those words contradicted our original agreement completely and surprised me. You said no reversal was possible, I reminded her. I lied out of desperate loneliness, she confessed simply. If you truly want to leave, I won't stop you. But you'd condemn me to eternal solitude once again. A different trap emerged, one built from guilt instead. But it proved equally effective as magic would be. I won't leave, I said, taking her hand firmly. Not anymore, not ever from here now. The serpents purred contentedly upon hearing my words clearly. For the first time since her curse began, Meta smiled genuinely. Perhaps someday, she said, gazing toward distant horizons hopefully. When gods forget my punishment, or I discover a way to break it entirely. We could leave this forest together, then freely. And if that day never arrives, I asked, then we'll transform this cursed forest into our paradise, she replied. The Persians never returned to hunt me again afterward. Those entering the petrified forest never leave it alive. But I'm not a prisoner, trapped here unwillingly now. I'm a guardian protecting something precious to me entirely. I'm not cursed, but blessed with immunity uniquely granted. Sometimes love blossoms in the most unexpected locations imaginable, even in a forest filled with stone statues everywhere. Between a fugitive warrior and a lonely, immortal Gorgon.